Okay, I'm going to do the 50-hour service on the Kubota L3560 tractor. It's a 50-hour service. I just hit 50 hours, and the first thing I had to do, of course, order some of the maintenance items, which include the filters, and I ordered them from Essex because they're not too far away from where I am in Maryland. I also order sometimes, if Essex doesn't have it in stock, from Coleman, which is in Missouri. They also do a good job. Now the motor oil that I'm using is this Shell Rotella, and it's a full synthetic. And the important thing to look at is to see the API service. Kubota requires CJ4. I don't know if you can see that. And this is CJ4, but also CK4, which is a newer, even more, a better oil. So this meets the requirement. That's the important thing. CJ for diesel engines, CJ4 or CK4. CJ4 is enough for Kubota, but now you can find them CK4s. And it was on sale. I think they were $22 for 1 gallon, or $23, which is not bad for this type of oil. And it should hold about 8 quarts, so 2 of these on this one. A little less than 8 quarts, I think. Maybe 7 point something. And, well, I guess I'm going to have to get under this thing. Okay, I ran it a little bit, got it up to almost half on the gauge, and now we're going to go under and show you. We're going to do the engine oil first, and maybe we'll probably do the hydraulic filters either later today or tomorrow. No work? I don't think so. I think we're going to have to, as you see, put that little drain in there. All right, I'm gonna go back in here. It's a little cramped, to be honest with you, back here. More cramped than I remember the L without the cab. I don't know why, but I think this has got more stuff on it. Alright. I don't know why. It's a little bit more cramped. Well, these things shoot out quite a bit, so I made a big mess, but you'll learn from this. And unfortunately, this is a messy job, however clean you try to be. And you got to let it drain. It just takes time. Of course, I'll edit some of this time out in the editing mode. Sorry about washers on these things, which is odd. And so they guess they machine them well enough so that the faces will seal. Or in the forums that they had a hard time taking these guys out of the filters off that they're put on there by superhuman Japanese guy. But I don't know. I've got we'll see. Easy spot, that is. As you can see, it's down in there. It's not too hard to get to. And I've got two tools. Try to get it off. One is this one, but it's this one here. You've seen these before, I'm sure. Let's see if we can do this way. Oh, that was pretty easy. I don't know what these guys are talking about. Maybe they're trying to loosen them with their hands. I didn't put anything under there, but you know, that's just gonna happen. That's gonna happen. Alright. This is the old one, and you see the factory filters are always gray. Even my old tractors, they're always gray. And the replacements are white. Very interesting, isn't that? So, I suspect that maybe they don't want the factory workers to steal them. What I'm going to give is something to something to write with on the filter, so I can put the date that I changed it. That's going to be a little bit. I'll be right back. Okay. So first thing you want to do is take a little oil, even from the old filter, doesn't matter, and put it around the gasket, the rubber gasket of the new filter. That's something that you do with cars or any other thing that you change oil yourself on. Now, to be quite honest, if there was a Jiffy Lube that I could drive to, I would let them do this work. Unfortunately for tractors, it's not that easy. So we're going to put this filter on here. Now what we want to do here, I'm going to have to get a rag because it's getting slippery and I got to tighten that. So I'm going to get a rag. There we go, that's nice and tight. Okay, now we gotta put oil in it, and the dipstick is down there, and the oil goes in on the other side, I believe. And I got to get my long funnel for this. Yeah, that's right, that's a Norton. You know, this is the first time I'm working on this thing. I mean, I've worked, you know, my L3560, which was a regular L, but the oil cap was very visible. These things with the emissions stuff, they're much more crowded up here. And I'm having a heck of a time figuring out where the hell the oil goes into. How embarrassing. Okay, unfortunately, after much looking, and I think it's behind this gray engine cover. So you got to take off this bolt here to take off this engine, this side cover here. Let me put this down here, see if we can make sure you guys get a view. Anyway, I think I see it over there, and I can't get to it taking this thing off, so that's all there is to it. You got to take it off. Not a very good idea, to be honest with you. I mean, the oil filler on other L's, older L's, was in full view. I don't see any other, no other bolts. But let's see if this comes off easily or not, and not lose any bolts. Oh, there's another bolt up here. This thing holds it up here. See up there? Right up there. There's another bolt. So you don't have to take it completely off. Now, I was right. The oil filler looks like it's here, right there, but I'm going to need some pliers to take it off. Okay. Now, we found the oil filler. It's you know, if you have to change oil, you got to, well, that one you just have to loosen. But that's a pain in, you know what? You have to do that. Let's see. Oh, maybe my Leatherman will work. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I loosened it with the Leatherman. Alright, let's take this guy off. Okay. That's the and I'm going to get a nice long funnel. Alright, this is my funnel. I clean it out a little bit just in case. It looks pretty clean to me. I think I used it for gas or something, so it should be pretty clean. Anyway, okay, we'll clean this off. Alright, and we'll put it in there like so. And we will put some oil in it. Okay, so this is a gallon, so it's 4 quarts. I'm going to check the level just to see where it's at. Probably won't even be able to see it yet, but I still want to check it. Well, no, that's... I put a little bit more in. At least half of another one, because I have to lift it back up to be able to get to the dipstick. So this is 8. I think it's 7 point something, so it should take a whole almost all of this. But we'll see. I won't fill it all the way up. When I won't empty it all in here. We will pull the funnel out right here. Clean this up. There you go. Have it held there for a little bit. Alright, let's try. Let's see what kind of oil level we got with what we put in. Wow. We got it perfectly exact. That was lucky. But, as you may know, the doggone filter isn't filled up at all. So, I'm going to put just a little bit more for the filter. Now, these are little tricks that you learn from me, okay? Yeah, because the filter, once you start the engine, then the filter will fill up and it'll lower that level. And since it's such a pain to add it after the fact, I don't want to have to add it, so I want to put a little bit more, estimate what that filter is going to hold. Alright, that's nice and tight. Okay, so that's filled. Oh, what I write usually, as you can see, on the oil filter, I write the date and what service it was. So I know that I did it on the 15th of July 2020 and 50 hours. It's a 50-hour service. Okay, so that's the oil. I guess the next step, we have to start the engine, make sure it's not leaking anywhere, and that's what I'm going to do next. Then we head for the hydraulics. Filter looks good. Let's go under the tractor. If there's any leaks down there. know how loud that vacuum cleaner is going to be, but we're going to have to turn it on. If it's too loud, you won't be able to hear me. We'll see. There we go. These are pretty tight on there. These are really tight. Not too bad. We want to get this a little wet. This one on. I'm gonna have to either get a cloth or tighten it with the tool. So you really shouldn't do that. You shouldn't tighten it with the tool. But given that it's so slick now with the hydraulic oil, I don't want to get out of here and get a rag. I'll probably tighten it up with the tool. Well, we didn't lose too much. We didn't lose too much at all. Alright, let's tighten this up with the tool. That's about as tight as I want it. Now we're going to loosen this one up. Alright, there we go. They're pretty tight, these suckers. Let me loosen it up a little bit by hand, and then I broke my own rule. I haven't gotten the other one ready to be mounted yet. So here we go. I'll take it out now. Alright, here's the other one. Put the date on it. Alright. Now let's see how much is going to come out of this guy. There he comes. I think we're getting quite a bit, unfortunately. But I've got a bunch of stuff for UDT to add. Oh shit, here we go. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. There we go. We're losing quite a bit of this one. So what do you guys think? About a quart? Did I lose about a quart, you think? there's a little bit of pieces of metal in there, so that's why you want to change these guys out. These are on pretty tight, so I'm tightening them pretty tight. Make sure this one's nice and tight. All right. Make sure this one's nice and tight now. So there you go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some Super UDT, SUDT hydraulic oil. Then I'm going to start it up, make sure there aren't any leaks, and that's your 50-hour service.